Ready? All right. Hey guys, welcome to today's episode of the BB Talk Show. We've got Tim Giuliano here. He loves when I get my camera voice going. We got Frank. He's just laughing because he's laughing. And JT, first time on the talk show today.
How you doing?
Great.
How you doing?
So the topic that we're going to cover today is, we like to laugh, one of the funniest moments in the cage during a lesson. Obviously, you guys know we're at Valentine Sports Academy, do a lot of baseball and softball training here. It's pretty serious and intense, but we like to have fun with it. But there are times where things gotta get a little wacky. I know for me, I'm already chuckling because I just think back to my funniest moment, and definitely Matt Fraioli, who graduated from Springfield College and played 4 years there, and now came back as an instructor at Bobby Valentine's, back at the old academy, taking swings off the tee because he was always hitting off the tee and a really, really hard worker. And he hit a ball and it hit the bottom bar of the catch line in front of him, came back, hit him right in the nuts, and just dropped him to the ground. It was, you had to be there.
He wasn't wearing his cup?
No cup.
No cup.
No, it was not.
We don't require cups.
No cups.
only helmets for this hand.
Only got to protect one head. We were protecting the wrong head. Yeah. So yeah, that was my funniest moment.
Did he need ice?
Dropped right to the ground. I did not think about icing his
Massage?
No, I didn't know that was illegal. I knew that was illegal at the time.
No, not you. I'm talking medically. Where was your head at?
Where's HR?
Matt and I are pretty close. I don't know.
I'm out of this one.
Who else? Who else had a funny moment? I'm sure you had funny moments.
With my warped sense of humor, I think my funniest one had to be Bailey Gandenson. We like to set up these targets to get the kids throwing accurately. And I set up a target, and I think he was just practicing his throws and nailed me right in the head. Dropped like a habit right there. Dropped on the ground. Next thing I know, Giasanti, you guys know Giasanti, right? Yeah. He's like asking me if I'm okay. He was like, you were out for a second there. I was like, no, I wasn't. He's like, yeah, you were. You were just out for the count. And I was like, yeah. I mean, as instructors, I think we go through, we get so into our lessons and we forget safety first. And I can laugh about it now, but
for us, we forget safety.
Yeah.
For the kids, we don't.
Exactly.
Actually,
I was wearing my cup, so my.
I remember you putting your hand out like on the tee or something to a young kid in Cage 4 at the old academy, and like you're putting your hand out and the kid took a full swing and nailed your hand. I'm in Cage 3, he's in Cage 4, and I'm like, that just happened.
You probably experienced more pain than anyone else in this building, Jay.
Probably. I think it's funny that he started his little description of what happened off with, I like to set up targets. No, you are the target. JT gets hit with more balls than we're watching.
There goes our PG man.
There goes.
Out the window.
But talking about getting hit in the hand, I got hit in the hand once also, just grazed, but putting the ball on the tee by, well, this is going to be a controversial statement, possibly one of the smartest kids in this place. Swung, I'm putting the ball on the tee and he's swinging.
Is it a Perlman?
Perlman, partially Perlman, who just got a 36 on his ATCs and beat his brother out by 1.
That's impressive.
Yeah, there's stuff going on.
Yeah.
Perlman and family. I think
36 versus 35.
I think Taylor's going to take it so he can beat his brother. Okay, I'm sorry.
No, you're going, Frank. What were we talking about?
Just hold on.
You got
just grazed it.
You got another hand story.
Yeah.
Let's get it from your perspective.
No, I want to tell a story. You can add the color. So one of my clients, most of these stories are Camp Avenue.
Yeah.
I think there's not a lot of.
Yeah, this place is a little safer.
Yeah. Sophomore in high school at the time or junior? Left-hander, yep, throws really hard, but didn't have the best command. And he wants to get his speed, his velocity that day, so I got a catcher catching him. And I'm standing behind the cage. The sock nets first, then the cage.
Yep. You're out in the lobby.
So I'm pretty far away, but I'm standing there and I'm off to the side. Watching and radar on him off to the side intentionally because of a little lack of command. and he uncorks one, and I'm watching, it's coming right at me, and it hits me right in the finger, which, just understand, you know, if it hit you in the finger gives a little bit, that's one thing, but it hit me in the finger while I was holding onto the radar gun, hence...
Different amount of force.
No, I thought I handled it pretty well.
It hit the net first.
It hit 2 nets first. I immediately went and the radar gun bottom exploded,
Yeah,
all the batteries came out. We
Yeah.
did that on an action movie, it was really cool. And I very calmly went over and saw that there was blood, wrapped it up and got one of the ice packs, and I was fine. I actually went back to put the batteries in, and then it was hurting, it was throbbing, and now I'll let you take it.
And then 3 to 5 minutes later, it's the middle of December, we find Frank sitting outside on the front stoop, just dripping sweat, sitting in the corner, rocking back and forth, holding his pinky, just sweating bullets.
Something happened.
Yeah, he was borderline shocked for a split pinky.
That's terrible.
Glad you made it,
They
man.
just called me a sissy in case you didn't realize that.
Glad you made it.
Nah, you're good, Frank. All you gotta do is play Earth, Wind, and Fire. You're good,
Yeah,
right?
that gets me going.
Alright, thinking about funny stories, I gotta go with my man Abe Wheeler. He is just a bottle of entertainment. You know, the stories where, you know, he gets hit in an appropriate spot with the ball, that's funny, but Abe is just like a bucket of comedy over and over again. I remember this one time we had a little standoff. Abe, this is when we first started doing lessons together. You were about 9, 10 years old, something like that. We're doing front toss, and we understand we like to keep it fun, keep it light. We're screwing around, playing games. But then we got to the point where we're trying to get some work in. And you grabbed the bat backwards, and you held it like a sword. And you just went, Japanese katana. And you stood in your stance like this for like 3 minutes, and I sat there on the bucket and just held the ball until you got into your stance, and you stood there with this smile on your face, and your arms just started shaking, and we were having this standoff until it finally fell down and you got back in your stance. We finished the lesson up. But that 3 minutes, I was sitting there just thinking to myself, what's going through this kid's head? And he does not want to lose this one, but he's got about 3 pounds this far away from his body. I'm sitting on the bucket, I'm going to win. So I win to get out there, and
This is the same kid who took front toss rounds with his helmet on backwards.
looking like Marvin Martian from
Yep.
Looney
Does the
Tunes.
worm.
Does the worm during his lessons.
Yeah.
And has a brother, who we've talked about before, Cleet, who's one of the nice kids. Not that you're not a nice kid, eh, but
You're great.
one of the nicest, well-mannered, perfect behavior kid in the world.
But Abe comes in, how's your football game? I hit him so hard he snotted. He made him snot. Boy, Abe.
I'd like to see.
Pretty cool motorized skateboard too. Shout out to
Yeah.
him.
Really?
Yeah, he came to a couple of games this summer. Just motorized
The little
skateboard.
button on him?
Yeah.
Yeah, the little handheld thing,
Uh-huh.
you just press and you go forward. It's terrifying.
He'll be dangerous in the upcoming years.
Yeah, buddy.
So, by the way, the finger story wasn't my funny story.
Oh, okay, sorry.
I
Just wanted to rest it.
Yeah, it wasn't funny at all.
Yeah, I think the Wheelers are involved in your funny story, aren't they?
Yeah, no, we're not doing names.
Okay.
Let me start off.
Okay.
I have two funny stories. And I'll start off by saying, I'm still a little colicky. I still have that little problem since birth. I had some gas. One's a cage. They're both cage stories, but one wasn't actually a lesson. It was a team practice. We're upstairs in the old place up in cages 5 and 6. Doing a practice, we got the middle cage pulled back and doing some kind of moving around defensive drills. And on both cages 5 and 6, we had the big tarp on the back, the big strike zone tarp. So, you know, people behind it weren't always visible depending where they were standing. So this was probably a 10, 11, or 12-year-old team. Yep. So young kids who find colicky as funny. So
Only the young ones.
these guys don't know. I'm at the back end of the cage. They're running through their drills, and I gotta let one go. And I let one go that was really, really good, really, really loud. I'm proud of that. We have a weird thing here about that. And I look over to get, I knew the kid's like right in my general vicinity heard me, but then I looked towards home plate to see who heard that one, and there's one of the moms right there with her daughter sitting right there looking right at me. I'm not a kid. I'm in my 50s at the time, and I can't stop laughing. I don't think she heard me. No, she heard me. I know she heard me. So another similar one, we're in the multi-purpose room in the back, doing a dual lesson. You were in there, and you walk from the entrance lobby of the old Bobby V's, and there's like a 10-foot wall that when you're inside, you're secluded from the outside. And I had another one of those colicky moments, and it was a good one. And I think I was sitting on the bucket putting balls on the tee at the time, and the mom walked around the corner as I wasn't stopping. You can't stop me when I'm performing. And all I did was I pointed at the kid and I pointed on her. She didn't believe me either, and I couldn't stop laughing. But the good thing, Tim was in there. Tim was laughing too.
Oh man.
Yeah, we spend a lot of our time laughing at farts in here. Farts are funny. I know a lot of people don't think so. Farts are funny.
Yeah, man, that was classic public deflection when there's gas in public.
Yeah.
You know, you're blaming on the guy next to you. Oh, he did it. What's some
Public deflection.
One of the funny moments wasn't me, but you guys remember that Bobby was doing front toss to, I think, Wallace Clark for some reason. Wallace was in for a lesson, he was in cage 2 at the old facility, and behind the L screen doing front toss, and Wallace lined one right at him, but he was behind the screen, but he reacted, and it was like a slow motion backwards fall.
I've never heard that before.
Had it on video for a long time, but something happened to my phone.
shout to Wally.
Wallace Clark.
Why do I have it on my phone? Did we get it off the camera? Or I was videoing Wallace's swing at the time. Yeah, by the way, I think he's just accepted an offer to go to Oklahoma.
Wow.
Yeah.
Football or
Congratulations.
baseball? Baseball.
Yeah.
Wow. That's awesome.
That's big time.
Yeah.
Alright, so now we're getting into some serious stuff. So we're going to wrap up today's episode of the... Oh, sorry.
That's
Every time I go to wrap up, once. We good?
Okay.
We good? We got all our funnies out? Any other funnies? Good? Bird, do you have any funny moments? No? So
Well,
just put a mirror up in front of you? That's it?
You don't know, Verge helps me every day with my lessons. He throws BP for me and lots of other things. So there's lots of funny moments about him that he'll be mad at me.
Okay. Alright, that is going to be for our next episode.
Okay.
Alright. Thank you so much for joining us for our episode of BV Talk Show today. Make sure you hit the subscribe button down below and check out all of our social media stations. Thank you so much, Verge, for pushing us to do this. And guys, awesome job today. And
Players. It would have been appropriate.
that's all, folks.